Ubisoft might be in the shadow of a hostile takeover from Vivendi, but turns out they still make games.
What?
Maybe, allegedly.
And really bad movies.
Ubisoft's social media started to tease us with a little bit of artwork from Far Cry 3. Now, Far Cry 3 was a game that we've already played.
But it made my pickle tickle.
Well, like 3 years ago now?
But I'm all about the HD remake.
I don't give a shit about
for games that weren't originally in HD.
I was going to say, that was PlayStation 3.
Exactly.
I love this game. I will gladly take this game on PC with a remake, like a HD remaster or anything like that for like $30-$40.
Did you really like it that much?
It was really, really
so
good.
Realistically, what are we looking at here? It's Far Cry 3 art. They put it up on their social media. Was it really just a tease, or are we actually talking about getting a remake of Far Cry 3?
Is that what the skull is? Maybe.
So some people were thinking that it was going to be like another take on it because they did Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, which came out after that, which was... It took place on the same island, but it was completely separate. Like had nothing.
But
to do with the game.
it was separate, but it was not priced as a full game.
Right.
Blood
Which
Dragon.
I don't think if they're going to do anything with Far Cry 3 at this point, it will be priced as a full game. That'd be crazy. Like I don't think they can slap Far Cry 3 on something and then say $60, please.
Yeah,
like,
I don't feel like it has that sort of.
I do think that the
weight.
game was popular enough that it deserves like another thing. Whatever that thing is, we don't know.
Maybe it's something in the vein of like a Final Fantasy X-2 where we revisit some of those characters, or
okay, I'm glad you said that because the other thing that they posted was a picture of Voss, which hands down was like the best villain like that Far Cry series has seen in a long time. And they didn't have any text for that one. It was just a picture of Voss.
Yeah. So they're teasing something Far Cry 3 related.
So Kotaku reached out to them to ask them like, hey, what are you guys doing? Give us a scoop, please. We're trying to stay relevant. YouTube's killing us. But their response was, oh, no. We're not teasing anything. This is just throwback pictures that we thought.
It's throwback.
Just throwback.
Wednesday.
Throwback Wednesday. Exactly. So I kind of want to, I'm thinking that they were teasing something and maybe it was not supposed to come out this early.
I've got it. Vivendi owns Universal. Yes. So maybe they're buying Ubisoft and they're putting it into their venture of investing in video game related theme parks, and they're going to make a Ubisoft themed theme
park. Or maybe
park.
that's the new Halloween Horror Nights.
You've got like, this is what this game is about. You've got drugs, mushrooms, also drugs, strippers, weed, and sex.
Okay, but look at Ubisoft's other properties. Assassin's Creed?
I understand that, but you're talking about a theme park.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed the ride and just a motion thing where you're just like going around.
I think there's a certain degree of being facetious.
Okay? I'm just saying I don't see how they can pull that out.
There is something Far Cry related. There's something Far Cry related on the horizon. It could be a Far Cry 3 related property.
Listen,
maybe it's a comic book.
Maybe my theory is just a far cry from the truth.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
I went there. Plenty.
So Rick just did this, and it blew my fucking mind. He was like...
He tapped the microphone?
Yeah, just beat up the mic. Yeah. Which, if they did that...
That's probably the...
I'll take it. Voss, like, that guy is one of the best...
That is the Ubisoft property that they would probably want to do.
Absolutely.
And if Vivendi buys them... They'll have Universal Studios movie.
It doesn't even sound like an if at this point. Like they're in the middle of a hostile takeover.
Neil's gonna pull out a fucking Vivendi business card. Like it's like, and if Vivendi.
Well, no. See, the problem with that theory is they're French.
Oh, okay. Neil's racist.
They're not a race.
Damn those French.
How's that a race?
In any event,
they're a nationality.
We'll keep our eyes open for something Far Cry related. We were treated to something. It's still in the realm of that open worldy type game. We have Zelda. There's some new DLC on the horizon. There is some DLC coming. Now we knew it was coming. It was $20 for both packs. DLC pack 1 finally got outlined with tons of new armor. A hard mode.
Yeah, this one's the
horde mode, effectively.
Content.
What's his name? The little fucking shitty dude that
Tingle?
Tinkle, yeah.
There's a Tingle armor set. Yeah. There's a Trials of the Sword. There's a way to power up the Master Sword that's already in the game.
That's awesome.
Well, it's really weird how they explain that though, because they said something like unlocking its true power. Or
yeah,
like
so
that.
we don't know if it just makes it 60 all the time, or maybe it makes it so it doesn't run out of power.
That would be what I would prefer. It just doesn't run out of power.
Yeah, it just doesn't run out of power.
That kind of breaks the game.
Or maybe when it does run out of power, it goes down to 30.
Tons more powerful weapons than the Master Sword. All it would do for me is make it so mining for shit didn't break my weapons.
The Master Sword is a base 30 weapon, and that's not very good. But when you're in one of the beasts, the Divine Beasts, or if you're in Hyrule or fighting a Guardian, it gets powered up to 60.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see it 60 at all times, and then maybe if it has to recharge, drops down to the 30. So it's just the blunt blade.
I'm about to reveal my lack of one portion that I have no knowledge of with Zelda. You remember the skin in Smash Brothers with the white legendary skill, we had the red face,
the Fierce Deity,
Fierce Deity. Yeah. Where did that come from?
New amiibo. It's coming. It came
no.
Majora's
Mask.
Majora's,
It was a mask that you put on.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck.
It was the final.
Why?
It was the.
No, we're getting that armor.
I know we're getting that armor.
It was the 100% ending to Majora's Mask.
I was thinking that had something to do with the Master Sword. I got really happy.
No, actually, the blade that he has in that is not the Master Sword. It's like this big infinity-looking thing. It's pretty nasty. Huh. But that's a new amiibo that'll be coming and giving you that armor in this game as well. But that's not related to the new DLC.
We do get the mask, and we do get the Majora's masks.
But the masks don't do anything for you.
No,
they're just cosmetic.
They're just mask cosmetic.
Hey, you can put on the Majora's mask and then go crazy and kill everybody. You just walk into a village and start whacking people, even though you can't harm them.
I imagine you'll probably start to...
Yeah,
I think the sword is in the game, too. It's a two-handed sword, but it's from the amiibo as well.
Yeah.
But the big thing is the Trial of the Sword, and that is, if you've played Wind Waker, the Savage Labyrinth, it was just floor after floor after floor of waves of enemies. That's what you have to do to power up the Master
But you have to
Sword.
start with, it's like the island.
Like Eventide Island, they take off your clothes and your weapons.
That was the coolest shit.
And you got to make a go out of it starting from there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was one of the coolest things in that game.
I loved it. Loved it.
This
Good
is basically
change up
zombie mode.
They are bringing back the hero mode from other games. It's a hard mode.
Yeah.
So all of the enemies are powered up by one color. Like there's red, then there's blue. So if they were red, now they'll be blue.
What happens if they were already maxed out though? The super maxed out?
I don't know.
Yeah, they'll hit for higher or more damage.
They also said that their health regens over time too when you're fighting them.
Correct. Yes. So the game is meant to be harder, and then also there was. Flying in that game was something of a get out of jail free card. You could just do, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Well, once you got the fucking.
But now there are going to be enemies flying in the sky as well.
But
enemies and chests flying. In the sky.
Why fly when you can just teleport anywhere out of any situation?
You can. Yep. They're adding another fast travel into the game as well.
That looks really cool.
You can fast travel to any point with this medallion.
You get a medallion. You can place the medallion on any one point in the map, and it becomes a fast travel point.
I kind of feel
so if you get really tired of the 2-second hop from the shrine to your house, you can now make it directly to your house.
The last thing that they showed for the DLC Pack 1, aside from all the extra armor, these new game modes, was a heat map of everywhere that you've gone in the last 200 hours of your gameplay. So if you're hunting for shrines or hunting for Korok seeds and you're not cheating using maps and stuff like that, you can load up the map and you can see everywhere you've been for the last 200 hours and identify areas that you need to spend more time in.
That's cool. I like that.
So that's just DLC Pack 1. DLC Pack 2 comes out this holiday, and that's the new adventure.
So who's putting money on Zelda being a playable character in this game?
For the new adventure, absolutely. If you've played the game, spoiler alert, you rescue Zelda.
Yeah.
And they gave her a full sprite. I mean,
she has like very similar clothing to what you wear in the game. She has a Sheikah tablet, so she could be used easily in the game.
Yeah, and they literally just make it the prologue.
Yep.
I would be super stoked for that. I think that would be awesome.
It could be the prologue, or if you've beaten the game with all the memories, they set out to start doing other things immediately in the game.
Yeah.
In fact, she's given you a list of shit that you guys have to go and do.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the game fades out as you start walking away, so it could pick up right from there.
Talk about a spoiler alert, because you just kind of...
I threw it out there.
But, I mean, what a terrible ending for poor Link.
Yeah.
He just busts his ass to save all of Hyrule, beats up Ganon, and if you happen to recover all the memories, you get to get Zelda back into your life. And the first thing she does is, "It's cool that you did all this work for me. Yeah. Now get to work, bitch."
Yeah, there's here's another list of chores.
It's almost like it's an analogy of life.
Now the game has been quietly getting updates, stability updates, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So it's cool to actually see
They're going to take away
a wealth of new content coming in.
I did that the other day.
It's hard as shit.
It's really hard. Have you done that yet?
What is it?
He tried the flying minecart.
Yes.
It's really hard, but if you can get it, the reason why I fucked up was I did it over lava and then I failed and I fell into the water.
No. The hardest part is once you get yourself up and you're stable, is moving in any direction.
Yeah, that's why I fell.
One of the other things I hope they do for the story is I hope they add like a very detailed story to DLC Pack 2. At the same time, I want them to look at the way that we've been playing the game and sort of introduce new gameplay elements and content based on that. So things like people fucking with the physics and doing the flying minecart, like that would be neat for that to be like a challenge somewhere.
A flying minecart race?
Yeah, it's like something like that, or you got to get this item from A to B, and like they force you to,
the only
use these
thing
exploits.
that I'm concerned about is like if they made using the flying minecart easier, it could be a very easy way to cheese the game, which I'm pretty sure all the speedrunners would be like,
you can cheese.
So,
the speed run of the game right now is 39 minutes.
Yeah.
So like you can already cheese everything you want.
Wait a minute, is that from?
That's from waking up in the shrine to defeating Ganon.
Defeating Ganon and all the beasts, or just go straight to Ganon?
Just straight to Ganon.
Why does that take 39 minutes?
Because you have to do the first four
that bullshit
shrines
on the plateau.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And not to mention like racing through that damn castle.
You have to do the first 4 shrines. Getting through the castle isn't a big deal
because you can climb up the cliffs.
Well, what people are doing right now is they're chopping down a tree, or they're standing in front of a boulder. They're using stasis, powering it up to launch, and then standing in front of it and jumping, and it's just shooting them across the map. And then they pull out their sail and they're just going.
That's amazing.
Like getting to the end of the game.
We're actually playing with that.
That's really cool.
Getting to the end of the game is not very difficult. What I'd like to see them add, that story, pay attention to what we've been doing in the game, and continue to offer stability, lock that frame rate, give me something to, something tangible in the way of like, okay, when I go into Korok Forest right now, my game slows down to like 10 frames per second. Show me that you're working on that.
I know the Switch is capable. They may not be able to.
Give me a reason.
They've continued to add stability, and some of the areas in the game have increased. I would like to see them continue to do that, even though like we're outside of like the launch window now. Yeah. I'd like to see them continue to add like quality of life throughout the DLC process.
I want them to add 2 things. I want them to make this, having a horse and using your horse worth anything.
That's true. That is the most useless thing in the game.
That was useless in Twilight Princess as well, because once you get the wolf mode, where you can switch between the two, you have fast travel.
Yeah. And the second thing, I would like to see them add a higher mountain somewhere and actually make it so like you can actually like go snowboarding and like jump off the cliffs and like.
I would like.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Because like right now you've got the snowboarding course, which is okay, but I mean there isn't like stunt areas.
Yeah.
And
take fast travel out of hard mode. That's it.
That's in hard mode.
No, that's what I'd say. Is in hard mode, like you can fast travel anywhere at any time.
Or limit the number of times you can do it per day.
Yeah,
like
give it a cooldown. Give it a 30-minute cooldown.
Day.
Yeah, I mean you can do that. Just give it some kind of cooldown.
Yeah.
In any event, that's on its way. We'll be seeing DLC Pack this summer, DLC Pack 2 this winter. Something else we'll be seeing this winter is Microsoft's new console, Scorpio.
I had a really cool segue that I was waiting on.
Oh, and there it went.
It was gone. I was gonna say, you know what else that they could add to the game? The FPS counter.
Yeah.
Into the game.
They don't want an FPS counter on that game. And I don't know why anybody wants an FPS counter on their console either, because these games are supposed to be locked at 30 or 60. And granted, we run into slowdown. That's not a good thing. So why would I want this telling me about the not a good thing?
What if you get a 30 game, but it hits around 42?
This behind us is a dev kit for Xbox Scorpio.
Let's face it. This console is for snob level.
Sure.
It's for the people who buy their Titans and stuff like that.
But I mean, the price that was leaked that wasn't real, we don't know confirmed, but was only $400.
There's no way that's true.
There should not be.
You don't know that.
This is 100% for the devs. This is not going to be on the retail model.
But okay, was it you or either Rick or you brought up a point where I would be okay with this if I can change what that thing says and have it be a clock.
Sure.
If it was a clock, I'm down.
If there's a screen on the option,
to be FPS or a clock, or
if that's a screen on the front that you can change,
amazing.
That's fine. But it doesn't need an FPS counter because those games are supposed to be fixed. It's not like a PC where.
But wouldn't you like to know if it's actually giving you the fixed rates or if it's lying to you?
I can see it.
That's true.
Well, aren't you special?
I can see it. When your game experiences slowdown, that's not a good thing. I don't want the console telling me that too, because I'm just going, oh man, I thought this console was supposed to be a powerhouse. I thought this thing was supposed to be a beast.
And that's why they put it on there so they can prove that it's.
Well, yeah, they put it on there for the devs because they're going, look, if this motherfucker drops below 60, you need to dig into your code and figure it out.
But if you put on your tinfoil hats What's stopping them from just saying that it's 60? Like on the consumer version.
Yeah, I mean, they can.
Was just saying that it's 60 when it's
what
really
if that's a sticker?
Like 50 or some shit. That'd be great.
Now, granted, I mean, you have the companies that go and clock this stuff for you.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's like there's dumb people out there.
It's only a matter of time for Digital Foundry slowing it down.
Yeah.
But I feel like console gamers and the console experience is this the last place you want to be counting frames, because the only time it fluctuates is when something wrong is occurring.
Hey, weird tangent, but speaking of Microsoft and coding, since you brought both those things up in two separate places.
We're waiting for those two examples.
Yeah. So did you see the new Minecraft reveal? That Minecraft is going to be teaching coding?
No, I didn't see that.
Don't do that.
Microsoft.
Please.
Microsoft is going to be putting coding into Minecraft so it can teach the kids and players how to code while they're playing the game.
Well, do you know how many mascots taught me typing when I was in like 4th grade? Mavis Beacon.
It's really weird.
The people from Magic School Bus, Mario taught me typing. They all
Mario
teach
taught
typing.
you French. Mario taught you a lot
Ninja
of
Turtles
stuff.
teaches typing. Like, I've been there, man. Like, if they're going to learn to code, that's sure.
How many kids have learned how to make a simple circuit from Minecraft?
I don't know.
Anybody who played with Redstone.
That's great. And that's great to add a mechanic like that in the game. But, and I don't know how they're going to implement it. Maybe they do it that way. Who knows? That'd be cool. If they implement it that way, I'm all for it. If they implement it in the way of Mavis Beacon, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire... Because no kid now is going to play that. No, that's not... like
I'm sure it's going to be some optional thing that they can go into.
If they do it like they did the red circuits and stuff,
it's just cool. In Minecraft, right? It's not a separate title.
No, it's not a separate title. It's going to be part of the Minecraft experience.
Just in Minecraft, and people are going to be like, look, I got Donkey Kong running in this because I know coding.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was already happening.
That's for people on PC who actually run mods and stuff.
No, they've done that on console. They made the dude made a functioning calculator on console.
Yeah, but that's just using the redstone and stuff like that. That's not actual coding. I mean, it is coding, but you don't realize you're doing the coding.
But what I'm saying is, if they implement a way to show that coding in the same way that they did the circuitry, I'm totally down for that. That's really cool.
Well, I'm sure that's the route they're going with it. Because they're going down the route of educational software that's also fun.
And then they can exploit Minecraft as Microsoft's really tool. Good at using their the properties that they own the wrong way. So when they bought out Rare, and they pretty much put a bullet in Joanna Dark's head, and they snuffed Banjo-Kazooie and Conquer, so I mean, hey, you know what? That probably makes a lot of sense for that generation that's growing up with this stuff. That's a good skill to have. It's something that I wish I spent more time on when I was younger.
So the future's going.
And a lot of these kids will be learning, and they won't know.
There was some rumblings about Time Splitters too, or a new Time Splitters game.
I'm about to say we're on Time Splitters 4 now,
so
which is a great shooting series.
Yeah, I would love
Time Splitters
on the Scorpio.
Yeah,
with my frames per second
shit
counter.
What it's on, just if it's out, I'll get it.
With my FPS sticker.
I needed to be 100. Because Time Splitters.
So weird.
What if, depending on which time zone you go to, the FPS drops or raises? So if you go to an older time, it drops down.
Because it drops down to 24 frames per second. You're in the N64
the future,
level.
You're 120.
Oh my god.
Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments. Any news that we didn't touch on that you want to hear us talk about? In the meantime, if you like content like this, hit that like button, hit subscribe, come back, because we miss you. We love you. We'll be here waiting for you. Just looking at the phone, waiting for the push alert.
It's really hot in here, and it'd be cool. The more you hit the like button, the cooler it gets in here. If you don't hit it, we're gonna die.
Yeah, we're in Florida. So, we're dying.
One like equals one respect.
Yeah.
See you later.
But